The process will continue till everyone's ideas are vetted. We've started this as kind of an unusual legislative process where we're really having the participants themselves be part of developing this legislation. And so all along I've said, we're not going to do this fast, we're going to do it right. And to date, we've spent 3 years doing that. And if it takes another year, then it takes another year. Not everybody's going to get what they want, but everybody, we hope, will agree that establishing a clean transportation standard in Illinois is going to be a lot better than the alternative of doing nothing. The bill was introduced in the Senate to fulfill Governor Pritzker's vision of really having Illinois be a leader of clean energy strategies. And we have done quite a bit with our clean jobs bill that we passed just a few years ago. We are a real leader in terms of solar and wind development. This is kind of the next area, is we have to deal with transportation. So that's what this bill is about. But we have to recognize that Illinois establishing a clean transportation standard is going to look very different than California, Oregon, Washington, New Mexico. Whereas and we looked at California's law, whereas in California wanted to exclude agriculture, and they have their own version of GREET. We can't do that. Illinois agriculture is our #1 industry. And so the feedstocks coming out of corn and soy, that's what really is going to drive this process in terms of our biofuels area. We kind of divided this into two parts. One is, what do we do with RNG, plant-based fuels, other biofuels, and what do we do with electrification? Remember that in Illinois, two of the big groups that we want to make sure that we involve, and they are very involved and very committed, are one is the ag group. So we have the Illinois Farm Bureau, we have Illinois corn, and we have Illinois soy. Those are huge. And in terms of production, I think in the United States, corn and soy, we're #1. So agriculture is our #1 industry. It's huge. Also in my district, because I serve both Bloomington, Normal, and Peoria. I live in Peoria. But in Normal, part of my district includes Rivian, which is, as you know, is an electric car manufacturer that had an upstart about, I would say 6 to 8 years ago. They're just getting ready to come out with their new R2 development, which is a downsized version, which I think will be very, very popular. But Rivian has been a key player in this as well. The language and the concepts developed by the stakeholders thus far really reflects the foundational framework that was established by, back when he did this, U.S. Senator Barack Obama. 2007, it was groundbreaking federal legislation called the Low Carbon Economy Act, and it was established that a federal priority was to identify scientific modeling. This effort helped to secure funding to give to Argonne Labs, which is up in the Chicago area, to develop the GREET system, the Greenhouse Gases Regulated Emissions and Energy Use and Technologies. And as we all know, that's kind of the Bible of what we all do in terms of our measurements. Years after leaving the Illinois Senate to become president, Obama directed millions from the 2009 Recovery Act into the Argonne to transition the GREET model from research tool into the gold standard. And it's now used by all of us as tool measures wheel to well carbon intensity fuels, and it uses the petroleum-only baseline as its core mechanism. So the current Illinois legislation, the CTS legislation, represents a vital modernization effort. The concepts of that 2007 plan now fast forward to 2026. We are talking about really, reforming how Illinois views transportation as a way of reducing major intensities of carbon in our atmosphere. And so this is where the goalpost is now, and we're moving to that, I think, pretty well with Senate Bill 41 to have this become state law and really to establish kind of a Midwest version of what's happened on the West Coast, but to put ag as a clear component of what we do, and to also then have electrification in our industries that are developing around that.